Okay, stop.
Mic
Start,
test.
start na, Farge.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Today, my groupmates and I will discuss about community health education. So let's first define what is community health education. So in definition, community-based health education refers to an organized efforts within specific communities that aim to promote health awareness, improve literacy, and facilitate access to health services. So when we say community-based, hindi lang involve ang isang individual, kundi yung isang parte ng isang community, yung mga family, yung mga extended families even, and yung mga belong na mga tao sa isang community. So ang ginagawa ng community health education is nag-promote ng mga health awareness including sa mga sakit and possible na para ma-prevent ang pangyayari ng ganun na sakit. So it also improve health literacy, gina-equip ang mga tao na sa enough na knowledge about halimbawa some diseases, kung paano ma-prevent or kung ano ang mga gamot para sa ganun na mga sakit. And also, it facilitates access to health services. So, halimbawa, ang mga community is malayo sa mga health centers or sa mga hospital ganyan. So, pwede natin i-inform ang mga within that community na ano tawag diyan? Avail ng mga gamot or para easy lang sa kanila ang pag-access doon. And also para sa kanilang mga rights sa mga health, healthcare. Also, ang CHE or Community Health Education, these programs are typically designed and implemented by local organizations, health professionals, and community members to address the unique health needs of the population. So, ang CHE is usually implement siya ng halimbawa katulad ng mga DOH, ang ating mga health centers sa ating mga barangay, and ang mga health professionals like doctors, pharmacists, na nag-initiate na magkaroon ng program sa isang community para matulungan din yung mga individuals or yung mga tao na may kinakailangan in terms of healthcare. So, next slides. So, in this, we have the objectives and the importance of the healthcare or the community health education. So first, it enhances health literacy, enabling individuals to understand health information and make informed decisions. So kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, ang pag-enhance ng health literacy is this just goes beyond just providing information. It involves improving people's ability na mag-understand, mag-process, and i-apply kung ano yung mga natutunan nila sa mga programs ng like mga programs sa mga professionals and i-apply sa kanilang sarili kung paano nila ito gawain or kung paano nila alamin yung mga pag-access sa mga healthcare na na rights din nila na magkaroon. Secondly, it fosters a sense of community ownership over health issues, encouraging collective action towards common goals. So, this fosters a sense of responsibility and nag-empowers din ng communities na i-control ang kanilang health. So, nasa kanila na yon para kung paano nila aalagaan ang health nila. Tayo is mag mag-help lang tayo na i-inform or kung ano yung i-deliver natin na makatulong sa kanila at sila na yung bahala na mag-apply yun sa sarili nila. Thirdly, health education can lead to the prevention of diseases and the promotion of healthier lifestyles, ultimately reducing healthcare costs and improving overall community health outcomes. So, we have a saying nga, di ba, na prevention is better than cure. So, in terms of CHE, yun ang gina-promote nila, health education, which is mag-iwas tayo sa mga bagay na mga cause ng mga diseases para naman, 'di ba, kapag may sakit tayo, so iwas gastos din sa pagpapagamot and pagbili ng mga gamot para sa sakit natin. So, nasa tao na 'yon para alagaan ang sarili nila. So, 'yun ang goal, isa sa goal ng CHE. Additionally, these programs can help address health disparities by targeting vulnerable populations and providing them with the necessary tools to improve their health. So kaya nga yung mga nasa remote areas, nasa remote places, sila usually yung mga hindi naaabutan ng mga halimbawa, let's say ayuda or yung mga programs ng mga politicians or ng government kasi malayo nga and hindi sila informed. Halimbawa, if magtitipon sila sa isang lugar lang, sa munisipyo, ganun. So, paano aabot ang information na magtipon sila doon? So, like, ang goal ngayon ng CHE is para sila na mismo ang magpunta doon sa remote places para naman matulungan naman sila kasi hindi sila abot ng tulong. So, doon usually yung mga remote places ang target ng CHE para matulungan and ma-equip ng mga healthcare needs and ang information. So we have our overview of the historical context of CHE. So CHE, the roots of community health education can be traced back to early public health movements in the 19th and early 20th centuries which aimed to address sanitation, nutrition, and infectious disease. So before, the early 19th and 20th centuries, usually kasi hindi pa masyado ganun ka advanced ang technologies natin. So, ang gina-target lang ng yung mga professionals before is yung parang reactive lang, yung mga existing lang na mga diseases. So like halimbawa nandiyan na yung mga sakit before na nag-exist during 19th 20th century. So hindi pa sila more on gina-foresee kung anong mangyari after nun. So doon lang sila ga-react sa kung ano yung existing na diseases. Halimbawa yung bubonic, ganyan, kung paano ma-prevent yung sakit na yon and kung ano yung gamot. Doon lang yung limit ng program. So after nun is naging proactive ang CHE. Proactive in terms of ganon kung ano yung yung possible na mag-exist pa na mag-arise pa ng mga sakit. So sa kanila pwede na ma-prevent yung ganon na by informing the community kung ano yung mga dapat gawin and kung ano yung dapat na iwasan and i-take na mga gamot para maging equipped and ready para hindi na masyado ganun maging kaproblema yung sakit na yon. So the establishment of formal health education programs gained momentum in the mid-20th century, emphasizing the importance of informing communities about health risks and preventive measures. So ganun, like the goals of the CHE is ginagamit ito para maka-help na makatulong sa community na maging aware sa mga diseases like that and paano maiwasan yon and para if ever na mag-arise is may let's say na makontrol na yung ganon na event. So the creation of the World Health Organizations or what we call the WHO in 1948 and the Healthy People Initiative in the United States have further propelled the integration of health education into community health practices, recognizing its critical role in improving public health outcomes. So ayun nga, we all know na ang World Health Organization is nagatulong sa atin all around the world kung sino yung member doon para naman maibsan yung mga sakit na nag-a-arise. Halimbawa, katulad nung yung recent na nangyari nung pandemic, ang COVID-19, sa WHO, sila yung mga nag-initiate para mabigyan ng lunas or para ma-minimize yung sakit ganyan sa mga tao. So we have the key principles of community health education, which will be further discussed by my group mates. So ang key principle is the effectiveness of community health education programs is grounded in several key principles na ma-discuss later on. And ang role of community health educators, which is ma-discuss din later on, community health educators play a pivotal role in the success of community-based health education programs. So overall, by fulfilling these roles, community health educators not only enhance individual and community health but also contribute to the overall effectiveness of public health initiatives. That will be all. Thank you.
So next is the principle of community health education. So these are the key principles of community health education. First is community engagement, involving community members in the planning and implementation of health education initiatives fosters trust and enhances the relevance of the information provided. So it means na it actively involving the people in the community in planning and carrying out health education. So, importante ito para makabuild ng trust and it ensures that the health information is relevant and meets the community's actual needs. So, next is the cultural competence. It, understanding and respecting the cultural, social, and economic context of the community is essential to tailoring messages and interventions that resonate with diverse populations. So, being aware of and respecting the cultural, social, and economic background of the community. So, why it matters? This helps in creating messages and programs that people can relate to, making them more effective. So next slide is empowerment. Health education should aim to empower individuals and communities, enabling them to take control of their health through informed decision making and access to resources. So it means that helping individuals and communities gain the knowledge and confidence to make healthy choices. So when people feel they have control over their health, they're more likely to make positive decisions and use health resources. So next is the collaboration. Partnerships among various stakeholders, including healthcare providers, local organizations, and community members, are crucial for maximizing resources and achieving common health objectives. So working together with health workers, organization, and community members. So it matters because collaboration allows for sharing resources, avoiding duplication, and working toward common goals more efficiently. So lastly is the sustainability. Programs should be designed with a focus on long-term impact, incorporating strategies for continued engagement and support after initial funding or interest wanes. So, designing programs that can continue long-term even after funding ends. So, it ensures that the benefits last and communities continue to be supported over time. So, that would be all. Next.
So now, am I audible, guys? Marinig niyo ako?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's proceed sa the significance and strategies of community health education. Next. So why should we talk about community health education? So first, health education plays a crucial role in today's society. So we're talking about community health education because it's important, especially ngayon. So it helps people make better decisions for their health. So next is the COVID-19 showed how essential public awareness is. So the recent COVID-19 pandemic reminded us kung gaano ka-powerful ang public awareness. So during the crisis, no, next is the public health educators help manage the crisis. So during the COVID-19 crisis, public health educators played a key role. So they shared accurate information, fought misinformation and guided communities kung paano magstay safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. So how can it make a difference? So health education can make a difference, no? It increases awareness and prevention. It raises awareness about how to prevent illness before it will happen. So it also builds a sense of unity. So when people understand the risks, they're more likely to volunteer and support others. And more importantly, no, it helps communities act quickly and wisely during emergencies like pandemic and natural disasters. Next is the fields covered in health education. So first is mental or emotional health. So of course, ito mental and emotional health, it teaches people how to handle stress, emotions, and relationship. Next is the nutrition and personal health. So with this, it can help people understand healthy eating habits and hygiene habits, no? Third one is the disease prevention and safety. So with this, it can teach how to avoid getting sick or injured. And next is the environmental and family health. So it focus ano ito siya para ma-focus yung para magkaroon ng focus sa clean surrounding and strong family relationship. Lastly is the substance use and abuse prevention. So tinuturo nito yung mga warning against the dangers of drugs, alcohol, and smoking. So health education is a broad field. Hindi lang siya nag-talk about sa isang aspect ng health. So kaya iba-ibang fields yung ginaano ng health education. Next is the strategies in community health education. So what makes community health education effective? So first, it provides knowledge, skills, and tools. So community health education, hindi lang siya nagabigay ng facts. No? People also learn how to stay healthy and why it matters. Why it matters to be healthy. Next is tailored to audience needs. So of course, a message, of course, dapat tailored yung health education sa needs ng mga tao, lalo na sa age group. Like for example, a message for kids should be different from one for adults. So programs must match the age, culture, and background ng audience. Third one is to support healthy behavior change. So the goal isn't just to inform, hindi lang maka-inform, kundi maka-help rin sa people na ma-change yung lifestyle nila. For example, maka-stop, ma-convince through community health education, ma-convince na i-stop yung smoking and mag-eat better. So next is designing an effective program. So first is to conduct community needs assessment. So with this, ma-understand natin what the people in a community really need help with, kung ano yung dapat fokusan na tulungan. Next is plan lessons and learning activities. So mag-organize natin how the education will be taught. So next is create relevant materials, like mag-make tayo ng mga brochures, posters, or videos that are easy to understand. Next is train staff effectively. So dito ma-ensure yung mga people na ensure that people teaching are knowledgeable and good communicators, no, yung mga nagaturo. Next is choose convenient locations. So we should hold sessions in places kung saan yung mga people can easily attend, like schools or mga barangay centers. Number 6 is ensure audience participation. So during the program, we should let the community ask questions, give feedback, and feel involved. So kasi to build a strong health education program, kailangan i-find out muna natin what the community really needs. Then next, maka-create tayo ng relevant materials, easy para madaling maintindihan ng mga audience. And next is mag-train tayo ng staff, and kailangan mag-pick tayo ng location that easy for people to reach. And of course, above all, encourage natin yung people to take part actively so they feel involved. So next is the levels of education delivery. So sa individual levels, ito yan siya yung one-on-one methods such as home visits and personal communication. Community level, yung group sessions, mga lectures, workshops, and group discussions, webinars, and interactive sessions. Next is ang population level. So reaching many people at once through TV, radio, newspapers, flyers, social media, and websites. So Yon, health education can be delivered on different levels, individual, community, and population levels. So that's all. Thank you. Next.
So next, careers in community health education. So in CHE, it involves variety of profession and fields. Next slide. So I just gave three examples careers na related or inclined with community health education. So say for example, we have here health education specialist. Sa health education specialist, their primary role kay mag-deliver and mag-plan sang programs regarding health promotions and ilang settings sa work kay sa DOH, sa LGU, hospitals, and some NGOs. So, ang typically kaning mga health education specialists, they require certified training, masters in education. So, naadari ana they must be BS or Bachelor of Science in Health Education graduate or with degree of public health and such related field. So, specialist gani sila. So, ibig sabihin, ano jud sila kanang highly trained professionals. It involves mga expert na mga specialized physicians nato and other related na mga specialists. So, next, we also have community health worker or BHW, barangay health worker. Ini sila, they are very common because atong mga barangay centers, they are frontliners and they are focal persons in contact sa mga people in the community. So, they assist in delivering basic health services and education at the barangay level. And they are present sad sa mga rural health units nato. And these people require only short training, of course, and some DOH accredited high school, even high school diploma lang. Say for example, sa mga BHW na to, sa barangay health workers, sila tong mga nagakandak o kanang bitaw mga seminars, sila ang naga-facilitate when it comes to mga medical mission and some of the surveys sa mga needs sa people inside our community. So, usay ang uban high school graduate pero still they play a vital role in our society and they collaborate with the special people with kanang highly bitaw engaged in the medical field. So they are very important. And lastly, we also have school health teachers. So school health teacher, um they are kanang working in public or private schools like sa DepEd. So these teachers teaches health topics in school. Say for example, teachers sa sports or teachers sa MAPE and mga PE teachers nato. So they are also engaged in kanang bitong increasing awareness about health education. So these people help in increasing the education and knowledge of people in the community, especially students, na maging aware sad sila and maging involved sila about the community health that we have. So, ano lang na, basic key people na we can identify when it comes to career health education. So, next na.
Okay, so last guys, kay ang summarization and conclusion. So, basically, liwaton ko lang siya tanan para ma-recall lang. So, first is community health education. So, di ba si community health education as a healthcare worker, hindi man kita ang mag-decide na kung ano gid ang para sa aton nga patients kay kung able pa sila makapag-decide, we let them choose. However, pwede kita maka-help sa pag sa pag-choose nila sang tama gid by making informed decisions. So si community health education siya ang isa sa mga foundational strategy sa public health nga maka-help for the specific communities to aim and promote health awareness and improve health literacy and facilitate access to health services. So ang main goals niya as discussed by the previous reporter kay ang enhance health literacy, promote prevention, encourage healthier lifestyle, reduce healthcare cost, kag bridge health disparities especially sa underserved communities. So nga ang naga-enhance siya sang health literacy Kaya of course, balik na sa first slide. Balik po. Nga ang nag-enhance siya sa health literacy kay ang community health education once nga naga-improve na siya sang understanding sang individual, of course, um mas informed na sila kung ano ba dapat ang tama sa ilang health kag kung ano mas ang suited na medical instructions for them, mas maintindihan na nila to promote prevention. So ang preventive measures makareduce siya sang incidence ng mga diseases. So, by educating communities about vaccination, screenings, and healthy behaviors, ang mga programs nga ni nag-aim siya to prevent illnesses before they can even occur. So, pag-encourage sa healthier lifestyle, the more nga mas nakaintindi sila sa ila lifestyle, the more nga mag-engage sila sa balanced diets, regular physical activity, tapos mas maka-avoid ni siya sa harmful substances. Then next kay maka-reduce ang healthcare cost. The more nga mag-engage kita sa community health education, healthcare cost pod naganubo kay gamay na lang ang magkakasakit, mag-less na pod ang need sa medical intervention, and it will lead sa pag-save sang ang mga resources and especially sa money. Last kay ang bridge health disparities. So si community health education nag-address siya sa pag-reduce sang health disparities especially sa underserved communities kay amo ni siya ang mag-ensure nga ang community members kay may equal access to all health information and services. Next. Okay. Sa key principles ang na-discuss ta kay may ara sang 5 si community engagement, cultural competence, empowerment, collaboration, and sustainability. Si community engagement, hambal ni Alessandra kaina siya ang nag-build sang trust. Kay once na kay nag-build siya sang trust kay nag-involve siya sang community members nga mag-plan and implement sang ilang nga health education programs para ma-ensure nga that the initiatives are relevant, which wherein buo siya sang trust. Next is cultural competence. Amo ning pag-recognize kag pag-respect sang diverse cultural backgrounds within the community. It is very crucial and effective in communication and education. Next is empowerment. This key principle kay nag-help siya sa pag-empower sa every individual nga to help them equipped with the tools and knowledge na necessary para mag-take charge sila sang ilang health. So this principle encourages self-efficacy and active participation in health-related decisions. And next kay collaboration. So ang effective community health education nag-rely siya sa partnerships among other healthcare providers like doctors and nurses and we also aim to communicate with other community organizations and local government to maximize the resources. Next kay sustainability. So programs should be designed with sustainable mind. This to ensure that the community health education efforts to continue to thrive even with initial finding to support so that the support will never end. Sunod, next is levels of education and delivery. So, na-explain naman ni Tarong ni Iris about ang individual level, community level, and population level. Si community level interventions, like group discussion, support groups, facilitate collective learning, mga shared experiences. Tapos si population naman through social media campaigns, tapos which is larger audience na siya compared sa community level. And then si population level naman kay mga platforms gid ni siya nga gina-disseminate through media campaigns and reaching larger audience to raise awareness about public health issues. Sunod, next slide is ang contribution ni pharmacist sa community health education. So, pharmacists can provide information on proper medication use potential side effects, and the importance of adherence to prescribed therapies. Tapos, that's why nga involved kita sa pag-educate sa medication and health management, conducting campaigns and offering counseling. So this may organize campaigns focusing on topics like immunization, mga chronic disease management, offering counseling services to address individual concerns. Next kay ang MTM, or also known as medication therapy management. So, ang services nga gina-offer ni MTM is to help optimize therapeutic outcomes for patients by reviewing medications, pag-identify sa drug interactions, kag ensuring safe medication use. Tapos, lastly, ang pag-collaborate with other healthcare professionals. Parehas kaina, alongside with the pharmacist, may ara kita doctors, nurses, and other healthcare providers para maka-create sang comprehensive care plans nga mag-address ang diverse needs ng aton patients. So they could also help in educating about the medication and health management. So for the last na lang gid kay ang conclusion. So all in all, community health education serves as a foundational strategy in public health. This proactively equipping individuals with the knowledge and resources to make informed decisions while strengthening communities to take collective actions towards improved health outcomes. So it's not just by simply sharing information, but it fosters critical thinking, encourages healthy behavior change, and builds the capacity of communities to address their unique health challenges. So by promoting this, it can also promote awareness, prevention, and early intervention. Community health education helps to reduce the burden of the disease and enhances the quality of life. So that is it for our report. I hope may na-learn ka mo sa subong adlaw. Thank you!